excited about the forthcoming Star Wars film?
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody of a similar age to me who feels like their childhood is being ransacked with every passing year? For me, the nadir of all this was is the Vodafone adverts. You take ostensibly the most powerful being in the galaxy and turn him into a buffoon. You know, have they actually made it explicit, the link between Voda and Yoda yet? I mean, you know, whatever next? TIE Mobile? O2D2? I don't know. Anyway, I had this idea. I was going to write the Star Wars trilogy, the original trilogy, as 3-minute slam poems. And anyone not seen Star Wars Episode 4, A New Home?
Me.
Have you not? Wow. In 3 minutes, you won't need to have seen it. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away from CGI rethinks, and technically after, but mercifully before, Jar Jar Binks. A Star Destroyer, long black and ominous like Vader's cloak. Leia uploads a YouTube video. Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. Stopping, she wanted to get more hits than the one of Jabba, body popping. R2, 3PO in a pod for hours, land in sand, get separated, get jumped by Jawas. Bought by Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, twin sons, a daydreaming nephew. Cue whistle music and a bad transistor. Cut to Luke, get in the hots for his sister. R2 does the runner, so too the Tusken Raiders. They'll be back and in greater number. Ben shuffling on looking simply like a coat. There's more of this to come, you know. Luke, you must learn the ways of the Force. I can't, I've got to get home or I'll be in big trouble. Arrives home, and my relatives are smouldering rubble. Okay, set a course for Mos Eisley, a more wretched hive of scum and villainy there isn't outside of Leeds. Greed is good, Greedo is not. Han takes him out with one low shot. That's right, Han Solo and Chewbacca. Harrison Ford in the role that made him, and a 7-foot-tall English actor dressed in carpet chic. Hanging out in a bar that looks like Dresco's nightclub in Mansfield, but with less freaks. He's got the Millennium Falcon taking Luke, the old man, and the droids to Alderaan, but grrr, it's just been pulverised by the Empire. The sat-nav says you've reached your destination, but it's just rock fragments, obliterated Burger Kings, and a massive space station. Of course, they try to flee the scene, but irony, thinks Luke, you've tried to escape the farming industry, only to be caught in a tractor beam. Then a trash compactor, and that only after you've dressed up as a stormtrooper and rescued a future queen. And just when things seem okay, Ben becomes a coat again, struck down by Vader's saber. The Sith Lord pokes it with a foot, then picks it up and puts it in the recycling. It's found shortly by the Death Star's night porter. Thinks, oh, it's nice thick cloth, will come in handy should there be a sequel on the ice planet Oth. A hero's escape, though I should mention a firefighter scrape and the palpable sexual tension. Oddly, it's Han that repeatedly calls Leia's sister, and in real life he's old enough to be father to Carrie Fisher. But I digress. Cut to hyperspace, a homing beacon tracking the rebel base who counter-analyse plans to defeat them. And it's a countdown. I'll have a T, an I, an E, a Y, an X, and next, the rebel force are in the sky, scything along the Death Star's trench, getting shot up until it looks like Luke's by himself. The Empire getting way too close for the rebels' health. If only Han hadn't scuttled off when he did. Hang on, great shot, kid. Luke's aimed a torpedo, Vader's spinning like disco. The Death Star lit up like a glitter ball. Medals to all necks, but the Wookiees, Han thinking he can pawn his. One nil to the rebels, cue John Williams, roll closing titles. Empire's shaping up pretty well. My favourite bit so far is in comes Chewie and Lando. Luke thinks, where did my hand go? I did this, if you were at JibbaJabba last time I performed it, which was about 18 months ago. I did this poem. This is only one of the set that I'm doing again. I almost feel contractually obliged to do it. This is sort of my life manifesto poem. I haven't lived anywhere for over 5 years now. It's partly a celebration of this sort of travelling, drifting, itinerant lifestyle. And also, for anybody, if you're not doing anything with what you should be doing with your life, if you're not in the place you should be, it sounds really earnest, but there might be a line in this you might be able to take hold of. This is called the disposable lifestyle. I've been stuck between floors, pushing all the pull doors, out of commission. I had to turn to the pages of a past edition to find a flicker of what's been missing. And I don't know if it's the drink still in my system, but I woke up today like a man on a mission. It's time to reacquaint myself with myself and the disposable lifestyle, reassume the profile. I'm not going to be at the end of my days thinking about the days of slave, the monies I've made. Work to live, live to work if you've got to ask the question. The disposable lifestyle. You get your house, you get your job, you get your friends, you get your girl, you get your world, and it's all intact. But it doesn't alter the fact that nothing remains. The only constant is change. It's not for everyone, it's not always for me, but when I'm right in its sights, I almost feel free. Caught between a comfort zone and a rut, staying in and staying put, I've lost sight of myself entirely. And in some ways I'm missing out, but you can't be all things. You can't sustain a relationship and have absolute freedom, commit to a job and take months off when you need them. I'm reluctant to make the choice that will snuff out the chance of any other course. I want to stand, plate in hand, for a full life smorgasbord. And I'm thinking back to 2000, hitching along the Murray. I've no money, no worries, I'm in no hurry. I've no destination beyond where that next car is going. I've been thumbing the road for an hour, no vehicles are slowing, but I just have this sense of serenity. I need to get back into that skin I'm so comfortable in, reapply my identity. When I'm dead and burned, a little ash in a little urn. When each of my friends would take a pinch of me, scatter me across the world. I don't want to occupy the same spot, view the same sky from the same plot. I want the newness, the trueness, the debutness. When all that's stopping you from change is other people, how they wish you to remain. This picture they have of you, but it's an old photo in the frame. Kick against type, relight the pipe dreams, keep them aflame. Find something you enjoy doing and do it. Pursue it. Until you wish on something else. Shake things up, break things up, reroute the routine, spring clean the cobwebs of inertia, step outside the grooves, remove the metal from the shoes, leave steel hooves weighing down your legs until your legs won't move. All the waiting, the procrastinating. Rather than slowing down in life, we ought to be accelerating. I'll probably be 40 and knowing, a little self-conscious being that bit older than most, going where I'm going, but then I'm going to be 50 and careless, brimful of terrors and reckless. And despite the miles on the clock at 60, I hope to look 47. I'll be sinewy and sprightly like Iggy Pop. By 70 my eyesight will presumably be shot, but I hope my mind is still open to what it's not got. And if I make 80, I'll have scrapbooks aplenty, photos and diaries and poems to remind me that life is beauty, idealism can be realism, and taking risks, the chances, the friendships, the places, the romances are what enrich me and proved ultimately one exists: the disposable lifestyle. The downside of the disposable lifestyle is that sometimes you are left with nothing, but always there burns the promise of something.
Whoa!